Today's episode of Madden 25, I'm going to be realistically rebuilding the Miami Dolphins, but with the new addition of Kenneth Grant. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would appreciate that. So moving straight into the video, you got Tua here. I know a lot of people are going to be Tua haters. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. Sure, he's very accurate, but you have two of the top speedsters in the NFL, so you really question the deep ball ability there. But again, I think he's an accurate quarterback. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's worth his contract. And I don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl, which I know sounds like a lot of hate. Again, he's not a bad quarterback. If you have a super team around him, I think he can get the job done, but you don't have a super team around him. Tyreek Hill is still an amazing player. He took a drop-off last season. We don't know if that's the start of his regression or if it was just one bad year. I guess we'll see. Same thing with Jalen Waddle. He really wasn't that impressive last year. I know some people are going to blame it on a whole bunch of different things, but in Madden simulation, they're going to be really good. And then Devon A-Chain here, or Devon A-Chain, however you want to say. I'm pretty sure it's Devon A-Chain. He's going to be really good whenever he's on the field. He's always good when he's on the field. Offensive line looks terrible. You just had your left tackle retire. Was it Teron Armstead or was it Trent Williams? It was Teron Armstead. I don't know why I'm thinking of Trent Williams. My bad. But either way, offensive line not looking the best. Jonnu Smith, actually really underrated player last year. Did pretty well, I think. And then defensively, drafting Kenneth Grant. A lot of people are hating on this move. I thought Kenneth Grant was a good player. I don't know if it was the move for the Dolphins. Maybe picking up an offensive tackle or a guard would have been a better move long-term to help protect Tua and his concussions, or maybe even a safety at that point, and Malachi Starks would have been a better move. Who knows? But as a Ravens fan, I'm glad Malachi Starks just fell into our lap. Jalen Ramsey getting on the older side. He's been getting a lot of injuries. I'm going to start Chop Robinson over Bradley Chubb because Chop Robinson has looked pretty good. And remember, a lot of people hated on this pick last season. Last season before this, everyone was like, oh, Chop Robinson, why would you pick a guy like that? You already had Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Chop Robinson actually showed some flashes when he was on the field. He looked pretty good. So I'm going to put him as the starter. We're going to see how Kenneth Grant does. I'm going to put Sealer here, or Seiler. I don't know how you say that. I'm going to leave him as the starting defensive tackle. So it's not a bad team. You need to fill out the safety position, fill out the offensive line position. I don't know if Tua, again, is the guy that's going to win you a Super Bowl. In my opinion, I don't think so, but I guess we'll see here. Probably in a simulation we can because he does have superstar development. I'm going to make Chop Robinson the starting rush end and put Kenneth Grant. Actually, Kenneth Grant can be the backup for now. But apart from that, guys, let's see how we do in year number 1. 3-3 at the midseason mark. I can see that in real life. Top 3 defense in the NFL, but the offense is just atrocious. Scouting national focus here. I definitely want to do offensive tackle here for this team. We need to fix this offensive line immediately. Players ready to negotiate $2.9 million to spend because those contracts are kicking in. And then Cater here. I won't be able to pay him or anyone else. I wouldn't mind him because he's young and he has star development, but I literally can't afford anyone right now. So with that being said, let's move into the playoffs. Actually making the playoffs in year number 1 here is surprising. Going 10-7, coming off a huge loss to the Browns, then barely beating the Jets there to slip into the playoffs here at the 6th seed, as we have the 7th best passing offense, 22nd best offense in points per game, but our defense is what's really propping us up. Number 1 passing defense in the NFL. Stats and awards, Tua doing not very good. The passing yards look good, 22nd best pass rating, 9th offense, number 1 defense, 31 touchdowns to 16 interceptions is not a good ratio, almost a 2-to-1 ratio, 95 pass rating, got sacked 53 times. That is awful. And then Tua, 4,100 yards. Yikes. 4,100 yards was good, but still getting sacked that many times is ridiculous. Devon A-Chain here with 3.8 per carry, only 3 touchdowns. Not a good season. Jonnu Smith, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Really balled out. Tyreek Hill, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 850 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Nick Westbrook here with almost 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. Atrocious job from the offensive line. Patrick Paul, Austin Jackson, Aaron Brewer, and then Jonah, the new rookie. James Daniels and Jonah didn't do that bad for being like a 70 overall. James Daniels did good, but other than that, terrible offensive line work. Jordan Brooks, 86 tackles for a loss, 14 for Jalen Phillips, 11 for Chop Robinson and Kenneth Grant. Sacks, 15 for Chop Robinson, 12 for Jalen Phillips, 2.5 for Kenneth Grant. Not a bad rookie season from Kenneth Grant, considering he was a backup behind Zach, and he still got more tackles for a loss, and one half of a sack more than Zach. So I'm going to make him the starter next season, considering this is what he did as a backup. 8 interceptions for Jalen Ramsey, 2 for Terrell Dodson and Cater, and then deflections, 10 for Jordan Brooks, 7 for for Cater, 5 for Jalen Ramsey, safety on the teams, 1 for Jalen Phillips, defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat the 12-5 Indianapolis Colts? Anthony Richardson is a baller in simulation, and we do not beat them 24-19. Let's move in to the offseason. And the Lions win their first ever Super Bowl here over the Colts, 38-35. Jared Goff wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. No awards here for the Dolphins. In the AFC East, a fullback for the Patriots retires, Morgan Moses and Tyrod Taylor. I don't know who Keith Smith is, if I'm being real. For the team upgrades, offensively, we look exactly the same. Actually, no, Jonnu Smith goes to star development, but isn't he on the older side? He's 30 years old, so he's only going to regress from here, but he did a really good job for the team. And then defensively here, Chop Robinson gets superstar development. I'm surprised Jalen Phillips doesn't, considering he also had a really good season, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. No other upgrades for the team, but really good year for Chop Robinson. And I now have $25 million to spend. I don't know what that's from, but Cater, I do want back, so $6 million a year, young star development. Terrell Dodson didn't do bad. I really don't have anyone else right now, so 2 years, cheap contract. I'll re-sign him. KJ Britt, don't really need. I don't really need any of these other extras. I have $15 million to spend in free agency, but that's not really enough to do anything, so I'd rather just save that money and just skip into the draft. We have pick number 21 on the board, and a left tackle just went off the board right before us. Super inconvenient. Scouting National Focus was apparently quarterback, because I see those on the board. There's a second or third round left tackle here, so looking on the board, just second or third rounders, which I may need to pull the trigger on regardless because of how bad our tackle situation is. But this right tackle here is a first to second round, and Tracy Barkley out of Michigan State, 6'4", 319, decent strength, kind of worries me. So many A's across the board. He's the only tackle on the board with the first to second round talent that's actually worth it. So I'm going to pull the trigger on this guy. Ranked 31, got him at 21. Hidden development, not very strong, but he will be the starter. We don't have anyone else. Then late round 2 here, is there any other left tackles on the board? None that I can see here. Just a bunch of day 3 guys and post UDFAs. Right tackles, day 3 guys, and post UDFAs as well. I need a new center because Aaron Brewer sucked. Kirk Andrews looks pretty good, but he's a day 3 projection, so I guess we're going to wait on that. And then let me look at, I don't need defensive tackle, I need linebacker. Keenan Lamb out of Stanford, 6 foot, 250, elite speed, good acceleration, marginal strength though, A awareness, A hit power, A stamina. That's something to look into, but I don't know if that's the guy. And then safety would be something to look into as well. Justin Wilder out of LSU, 6'2", 210 here, solids across the board, good acceleration, A pursuit, A hit power, B play rec, B tackle, looks nice to see on the board. Anything else that really stands out here from these other guys? This guy looks a lot more balanced on the board. Zone coverage out of Cordell Lindsey out of West Virginia, 5'11", almost 200 pounds here. Solid athleticism across the board, a lot more balanced. I like Wilder a little bit better though. He's a little bit more of a wild pick, if you do say so. Haha, I'm so funny. Terrible pun. Either way, Wilder is going to be the pick. Rank 79, got him at 53. Hidden development out of LSU, so he will be the starter immediately. And I do not have a third round pick. Let me see if that day 3 linebacker is still there. That would be pretty nice. I don't know if he is. Did I miss him, or was he defensive tackle that I missed? Because he was A's across the board, I'm pretty sure. There's some B's here. Maybe I missed him and I just looked at the wrong guy. No, it was a center that I was looking at. My bad. Not a defensive tackle. This one doesn't look too bad. And Nick Irwin out of Florida State, post UDFA, 6'4", 300 pounds, poor strength, never mind. Let me see if I can snipe some late round cornerbacks here. I usually do it in a lot of my drafts. Some A tackling here. Got A press coverage. Any zone coverages that really stand out? Any man coverages? There's some B man coverage here. F press though. A tackle. This guy looks a little bit more balanced, and this guy looks a little bit better as well. Jeremy McLean out of Georgia, day 3 guy. Good speed, solid acceleration. We'll take a chance on him. Don't think he's going to be that good, but might as well just do it. Ranked 26, got him at 117. Normal development. I mean, really good value, especially first round value in the 4th round. Normal development, but hey, I'll definitely take that. Really good late round value. Let's move into the end of the draft. But before I do that, I always like to pick up my fullback so that way I don't have to pay them. So let me see if I can get that, or maybe a kicker and a punter as well. Picking up a fullback, Lance Stout, rank 44, got him at 134, normal development. It's a fullback that I don't have to pay for the next 4 years. So the kicker class isn't really the best, but this is the best guy I got. Logan McCann, ranked 187, 87 kick power. Yeah, really not good, but sure. And I didn't expect to be drafting all the way to the 7th round, but let me look at punters. I always just like to see. And I got a punter here, Caesar Zamora here, ranked 30. pretty first round value, but not actually the first round value, just a higher overall rank. 91 kick power here, not that bad. Normal development, just a punter I don't have to pay. Tracy Barkley here is a 74 overall. Justin Wilder is a 72, 74 for Jeremy McLean here. Very nice shot in the dark as a 4th round pick. 73 overall fullback. Kicker's not that good. The punter's pretty good though, and then the AI picked that last guy, but overall solid draft. Now this is the team after the draft. For some reason it still thinks Austin Jackson is good enough to play. Hell no, dude. Let me trade Austin Jackson so the AI still doesn't think that he's good enough. And why are the Dolphins paying this guy any money? He was absolutely garbage for me. Looks like the Browns need a right tackle. They can't even afford him. Cardinals need a right tackle too. You want to pay for this guy? He allowed double-digit sacks last year. Here, you can take him for a 6th round pick. Take his contract with you, dude. Don't want him on my team. I know some people may be like, oh, he's not that bad in real life. I don't care. He was bad in simulation. Got his replacement immediately. So offensive line looking a little bit better here. May want a receiver 3, but that's honestly the least of our problems right now as a team. Wilder is going to be the starter for now, and everything else looks pretty good. McLean, pretty good value later down the board. And then like everything that we got there, specialist-wise, he's coming off the edge. Wilder is going to be the starter at free safety. McLean's going to be in the slot. Everything else looks pretty good. So apart from that, guys, let's see how we do. Year number 2 at the midseason mark. 3-4 at the midseason mark. That's fine, I guess. How is our team doing? 2nd in passing yards. Defense just magically fell off after I improved it with the new safety, but sure. Scouting national focus. I'm going to do interior offensive line this time. For the players ready to negotiate, Jalen Phillips is here. Andrew Armstrong shouldn't be here. Let me adjust those contracts. But for the contracts, Jalen Phillips, I don't think I'll be able to re-sign. Yeah, I don't have the money to, so I'll probably just tag him. Jonnu Smith has been great for us, but he's only going to regress from here. And again, I just don't have the money. So we'll see about that by the end of the year. Don't really want Quinn Ewers, but probably adjust his contract. But for now, apart from that, let's see if we can make the playoffs for year number 2. I highly doubt we can. 8-9 missed the playoffs, but we have a top 4 defense. Our defensive rushing game is evidently bad, even though our defensive line is the best thing about our defense, in my opinion. And then the offensive points per game, still terrible, and the offensive passing game is great, though. Stats and awards, Tua, 19th in passer rating. Sure. I mean, he's playing like Jameis Winston right now. 10th best offense, 7th best defense, and we still go. Just a terrible season in general. 8-9. I mean, not the worst, I guess, but still almost a 2-to-1 ratio for interceptions to touchdowns. Not good. Got sacked a little bit less, but still too much this season. 98 pass rating, 4,400 yards. I know it's going to be like, oh, it's not his fault. It's the O-line's fault. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to get there. A-chain, 4.0 per carry, but only 4 touchdowns to 1 fumble is not good. Westbrook balls out here. 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Worth star development for sure, but it's because he's in the slot. Tyreek Hill, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jonnu Smith, almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Sacks allowed. Patrick Paul, you're gone after the season. Andrew Brewer's not doing good either. Need to replace him. Tracy Barkley, not horrible for his rookie season for sure. Under the double-digit sacks, which is really crazy that that's the threshold I have right now. I mean, the right guard's developing really nicely, and James Daniels is doing well too. But Aaron Brewer and Patrick Paul, they're gone. Jordan Brooks, 123 tackles for a loss, 17 for Zach, 14 for Jalen Phillips, 13 for Kenneth Grant, 10 for Chop Robinson. Should have started Kenneth Grant over Zach, but Zach actually had a pretty good season. Sacks, 7.5 for Jalen Phillips, 7 for Zach, 7 for Chop Robinson, 3 for Bradley Chubb. Interceptions, 4 for Cater, 3 for some name that I'm not going to try to pronounce, and then 3 for Justin Wilder, the rookie. Deflections, 10 for Jordan Brooks, Jalen Ramsey, 7 for Terrell Dodson. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. And the Commanders beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Dolphins once again. In the AFC East, Matthew Judon retires on the Jets, and Brown retires as a tight end on the Dolphins for us. For the team upgrades, Jonnu Smith goes to superstar, but he's only going to just keep progressing. He's down to a 77 overall without the boost. Barkley comes with star development. Westbrook gets star development, but I think he's just going to keep progressing. Defensively here, anything. Wilder comes with superstar X Factor. What a W pick there in the first round. No, he earns it apparently. He came with superstar development, still an absolute W pick, getting an X Factor safety after the first season. Big W. And Zach gets superstar development. That's awesome to see. No other upgrades on the defense. But apart from that, let's see what we got for the re-signing. I don't know how we keep getting this cap jump increase because we literally had a backup tight end retire, but sure, I'll take it. Jalen Phillips, 4-year contract for him. He's going to re-sign here. And then Jonnu Smith, I do want to back. I don't want to back long-term because he's 31 years old. He wants to hit free agency. That's fine. He can walk. I think it's because of the scheme we're in, because I'm in a Kansas City Chiefs playbook scheme, which targets the tight end. So I'm going to let him walk, and then everybody else here, I'm just not interested in. $22 million to spend. Maybe it's good for a 1-year contract. I'll take a peek in free agency and see if it's worth my time. So I only got a kicker in Josh Carty, young, star development, so I'll take him, but free agency just doesn't really look good for what I need. So apart from that, might as well just save the money. Let's move into the draft. At pick at number 17, there's a really good corner on the board. I don't need a good corner. I mean, he actually, now that I'm looking at it, he really doesn't look that good, so never mind. I need to look at offensive tackle here for left tackle. A first to second rounder, George Worthman here out of Tennessee, 6'7", 320 pounds with only solid strength. Skills look good. Athleticism doesn't look that crazy, though. There's a right tackle that looks pretty good, though. Justin Cohen, I can move him to left tackle. 6'8", 330 pounds here. Good strength, great acceleration. Skills look so much better. I'm going to pick up Justin Cohen. Patrick Paul, get out of here. Justin Cohen, ranked 90, got him at 17. Hidden development, that's what matters to me, so he's going to be the starter. No, I accidentally simulated to the end of the draft. Please pick a center. Oh my gosh, I meant to simulate to the next round. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, dude. Such a big L. I drafted a strong safety in Kevin Poole here. Not a bad pick. Normal development, still going to make him the starter. I can't believe I simulated that. I wanted to get a center to replace Aaron Brewer. Got a 76 overall right outside linebacker in Ed Baker. Run stopper, hidden development out of Miami as well. What a pick by the AI. That was a massive W pick by the AI. I needed a linebacker, an outside linebacker. That's fine. Got a 69 overall tight end. Got a center later down the board. Devin Schmidt out of Clemson. I mean, sure, I'll take it, but wow, I can't believe I just simulated that entire thing by accident. So this is the team after the draft here. Let's honestly have Schmidt start at the starting tight end, because why not? Patrick Paul, Andrew Brewer, I'm going to package them up and ship them out. Who needs a garbage left tackle? I'm sure the Bears, the Browns, or even the Bengals would love to have one, but let's see who needs it the most. Evidently, it's the Steelers, and they have Zach Frazier for me. I would love to have Zach Frazier. Let me see if there's a different center that I can snag from someone. Would this actually go through if I swap this with the Falcons? Would they accept that? No, they don't want to accept that, which is completely fair by them. I want to give up something and get, because this center that I'm looking at is a superstar development. I would love to have him on my team. They still don't want to trade him for that, and I could package him up somewhere else, but this is, let's see if I can give you even my second-round pick for this guy, because he looks sick. I would love to have a second-round pick for this guy. Still don't want him. That's completely fair at this point. The offers that I can get, the Bengals are interested, and they're willing to give up Amari Cooper for him. Jedrick Wills, I just drafted an offensive tackle. Juju Brents, I don't need a third-round pick from the Niners. The Niners are willing to give me a third-round pick for these guys, which is, I think, too much for these guys who have not been that good. But how about, okay, they're next year's third. So how about a fourth and a fifth? Fair for a left tackle and a center who have been completely underperforming, but they're young. Sure, that's fine with me. And then we're going to have Foster start at center. Really can't do that much worse. Everyone else here looks fine. Again, I would still like to have a new receiver 3, but it is what it is for now. 83 overall team. That Barker pick was actually pretty good. Let's start Poole at the strong safety to see if he can be any good. And then apart from that, it really sucks that I skipped out on that draft. Let's just start Barker and see if he does anything special. And Bradley Chubb is not going to be my rush defensive tackle. Let's not do that. Let's have Kenneth Grant there. Apart from that, year number 3 with the team. Let's see how we do and see if we can make the playoffs and move into the midseason mark. 2-5. The team sucks. I mean, we're only an 83 overall, 7th best offense. The defense is just magically bad again. Scouting national focus. I'm just going to do linebacker again here. $167 million to spend. Jalen Ramsey. I mean, he's still a 96 overall, 2-year contract for him. Let's re-sign him back. Devon Achane, 5-year contract. He hasn't been that good for us, but I really can't find anyone better at this point. Tyreek hopefully doesn't retire in the simulation, so we'll re-sign him on a 3-year deal. Jordan Brooks here. I want him to stay. He doesn't like our scheme fit. Even though it's an overpay, I need him on the team. James Daniels, I need him on the team as well. He's been our best offensive lineman so far. Zach Seiler here, he's been great for us. 2-year deal for him. He's going to re-sign. Nick Westbrook, he's been great for us, but I think it's just because he's been in the slot. I don't want want Bradley Chubb, don't need Bo Melton or any of these extras really. Terrell Dodson hasn't been bad, but I could definitely get a better replacement. All these other extras I don't need. Stonehouse actually is not that bad. So 4-year contract, superstar development, punter. So he will not resign on that. That's a bit annoying. Teddy Bridgewater, does he have the mentor tag on him? He does have the mentor tag on him, so I'm going to keep Teddy Bridgewater back into Miami. And he will not resign. That's super annoying, dude. Nobody else is going to sign you. But apart from that, other than that being annoying, let's miss the playoffs again so we can just get into our 4th season. 5-12, just throw out the entire team. Stats and awards, Tua, he sucks, dude. 25th passer rating, 19th best offense, defensively 18th. I can't draft a new QB at this point. It's too late. He keeps getting sacked. What do you want me to do about it? I've been trying to improve the offensive line the entire rebuild. 96 passer rating, not a good interception to touchdown ratio here. Devon Achane here, 4.5 per carry. Might switch into a running scheme if this is what he's averaging because he needs more attempts if this is what he's averaging. Tyreek Hill, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Nick Westbrook, 10 touchdowns, 800 yards. Jalen Waddle, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, getting outperformed by my 76 overall receiver. And then Devin Schmidt, the new tight end, performing just as well as Jonnu Smith, really, and he's only a 70 overall. My new offensive tackles that I just drafted both did awful, and then Jonah's not doing well anymore. Foster's doing just as bad as Aaron Brewer, and James Daniels the only one that is actually performing. Ed Barker here, 137 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss and a sack in a rookie season. Great pick by the AI. 17 tackles for a loss for Kenneth Grant. He looks like he's flourishing now. 17 for Jalen Phillips, 10 for Zach, 8 for Ed Barker, 8 for Chopper Robinson, sacks, 11.5 for Zach, 11.5 for Chopper Robinson. I really want to start Kenneth Grant, but Zach is really doing well as the starting defensive tackle, so I'm going to keep him there. Jalen Phillips with 7 sacks, interceptions 4 for Jordan Brooks, deflections 10 for Ed Barker, 8 for Jalen Ramsey, 4 for Kevin Poole and Jeremy McLean here, and then safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Kevin Poole, the rookie. And the Niners crushed the Bills in the Super Bowl as the Bills are 0-5 in the Super Bowl now. Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP and the offensive player of the year. Tight end Devin Schmidt wins the offensive rookie of the year, and Ed Barker wins the defensive rookie of the year. Just let the AI cook. I might as well just simulate my next draft. And Schmidt goes from a normal development to a superstar. What a pick by the AI here. Cohen comes to star development here, and then changing the scheme. What do we have? I want to change this over to the Dallas playbook so that way I can get Devon Achane more reps as the running back, so I think that would be better. Let's do that because Tua has not been doing great. Defensively here, Kenneth Grant goes up to superstar development. He will be higher overall than Zach, so I will start him, but Zach has been performing great. Barker comes with superstar development, or did he earn that? He probably just earned that. Yeah, he did earn that. Going to put some abilities on him. Let's put up form tackler, and let's put up unfakeable. And Poole gets star development, dude. Just give the AI my drafts. Got a superstar linebacker, someone who's developed into him. From star to superstar, normal to star, and then he got a late round tight end, went from normal to superstar as well. Really good picks from the AI. I'm going to need to draft a new center and a new right guard. Hope the right tackles the offensive tackles actually develop, even though they're lower overall. Then hope the new offensive playbook works a little bit better. But yeah, the linebacking core looks a lot better now. Let's hope to get something better in free agency for those linebackers. But apart from that, let's see what we have for the re-signing. We're going to have Chop Robinson, going to accept his option. Nick can walk. I know he's having a good season, but I think it's just because he's in the slot. Nick Chubb, since I have the money, no, never mind. He wants $18 million a year to be a backup? Absolutely not. All these guys can just walk. I don't really care. Where is Terrell Dodson? Honestly, I won't mind a 1-year deal if I can't find anyone else. He'll be nice depth. So he's going to re-sign. Don't need anyone else. Let's see what we have in free agency. Tyler Linderbaum is here. He doesn't want to be here because he wants to be in the Super Bowl chase. I don't care. How about some money? Let's throw some money at him. Kyle Hamilton wants to be here. I know we just got our new safety, but he's a beast. This right guard from Philadelphia, Moody, only allowed 3 sacks last season, so let me sign him on a 2-year contract. So after free agency, we didn't get Kyle Hamilton or Tyler Linderbaum, but I got Marlon Humphrey, Elton Jenkins, and Moody. So the offensive line has improved, got more depth at the corner position. Let me see if I can snag a third receiver. And I ended up snagging a division rival in Kayshon Boutte. He'll be our receiver 3 for now, so not a bad free agency for us at all. So this is the team before we get into the draft here. I still want Moody to be the starter, and everything else looks pretty good to me, like the third receiver there. 85 overall team, got boosted 2 overalls just in 1 free agency period. Would like to draft a middle linebacker. Depth at defensive tackle does matter in simulation. My depth at Overall, the secondary looks really good. So let's see what we have in the draft. And we have the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Oh my gosh, I could get an absolute baller. And I think that's kind of what I want to do. Want to go out and get a really good like linebacker if I could. The Jaguars have a 23-year-old superstar X Factor, Braxton Barnett. He looks really good. Can I swap picks with them or something? They're at pick number 9. Highly doubt that they would accept this. But let's see if we can get like a later pick, because I'm giving up a top 3 pick. I don't know how much that's going to be worth to them, but let me get their 3rd round pick in Braxton Barnett. That'd be pretty, really, not even a top 3 pick for this guy. That is ridiculous. I understand he's 23, but like, come on. So kind of lame, but I'm giving up my 1st round pick, my 3rd round pick, and I'm swapping it for the Seahawks 1st round pick, and also getting superstar development 85 overall Ernest Jones. So really not that bad. Now at pick number 15, I really feel like I don't need anything. I might just go depth safety here, and Aries Younger out of Michigan State. Great speed, good acceleration, A awareness, B man coverage, B tackle, B hit power. I'm going to pick up a Younger here. He's ranked number 3 in the class, got him at 15, A+ pick, but of course he has normal development, but he's not bad depth. Pick number 3 in the 2nd round. Want to go with a defensive tackle here. Let's see what's on the board. This guy honestly seems like he's the best, but let's look at this guy first. Gil Fulton out of Iowa, 6 foot, elite speed, elite acceleration. He's going to be the pick. I'm not even going to look at someone else. As soon as I see that elite speed, I love it. Ranked 85, got him at 35, but still hidden development, 89 strength, very athletic. He will be in rotation with us. I gave up my 3rd round pick for Ernest Jones, so let me skip to the end of the draft, and we'll see what we have from there. After the draft, Younger is a 77 overall normal development, 71 for Fulton, but he has hidden development, didn't have the 3rd round pick, stopped drafting after that. 70 overall receiver in the 6th round from the AI. Not bad value out of LSU there, but moving into the 4th and final season, I feel like my team is just filled out. It just needs more time to develop, which I can't do, but this is what we have for now. Let's see what we have for the overlook of the team. Now, this is the team moving into the 4th and final year, looking pretty good on the offensive line, especially on the interior. Hopefully those offensive tackles develop this season. Looking good on the offense, 86 overall before the morale boost at the beginning of the season or at the end of the season. Linebackers look really filled out here at those superstars. Putting Jordan Brooks on the outside here. Everything else looks pretty good. Got Kenneth Grant as the starter. He's actually been pretty good for us. Like everything we have. Again, it's just the development problem that I have. Keyshawn Butte, it's fine. He can just not be in the slot. And then Cater can be in the slot. Everything else looks pretty good here. Let's put Ernest Jones as the starter. Let's see how we do for the 4th and final season. The team has got a significant upgrade. Let's see if we can make the playoffs. And we go 7-10, miss the playoffs. Give me one more season. Let's magically skip here. I'm not even going to look at the playoffs. I'm sure Tua performed like crap. Yeah, who would have guessed Tua's 23rd pass rating. Let me just skip to 5th season so that way you guys don't have to worry about it. Magical time skip coming in right now. And by magical time skip, I'm not saying I'm going to cheat and just do a bunch of things off camera. I'm just going to go to league settings here, go all the way down to season experience, go to simple to where everything's in full control here. And then from there, I'm going to simulate to the next season because I feel like my rookies just need more time to develop. And then I'm also going to re-sign the players that I want to re-sign. Never mind. I guess I can't do that because I just forgot to turn it on auto, but whatever. We're going to skip past this and just time skip into the next season. Not really a good time skip by me, but whatever. Let's see how the AI drafted an edge rusher here, left outside linebacker, 73 overall. Is he an edge rusher? He's a power rusher. Normal development, not really the best job by the AI there. And then they got another defensive end, then another corner here, and then they just stopped drafting good after that. So not the best draft, but again, I'm just here to have my rookies develop. I'm an 87 overall team apparently, so it doesn't seem like they did the worst things in the world. So this is the team after the time skip. Schmidt has superstar X Factor. That's awesome to see. 88 overall team now after the draft and after all that. My team looks relatively the same, so I'm not complaining at all. Marlon Humphreys rest a little bit, but we went from an 86 team to an 88 overall team. Again, I just wanted the players to progress a little bit. 5th and final season. Let's see if we can please make the playoffs this time. 10-7, top 6. We have the 6th best offense, the 4th best defense. 10-7, we missed the playoffs. I hate this game. 89 overall team, 8 seed, missed the playoffs. That is the dumbest thing. That is the dumbest thing in the world. We failed the rebuild. I couldn't even win a playoff game. What do you want me to do? I have a top 10 offense and I have a top 10 defense, top 5 defense, the 6th best offense in the NFL, and I missed the playoffs. Dumbest thing in the world. Absolutely retarded. Stats and awards. Tua 20th pass rating. Tua sucks. 2-to-1 ratio for touchdowns to interceptions. Oh, he's getting sacked too much, Vic. I was trying to fix the offensive line the entire rebuild. I guess I just can't do it, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so sick of these rebuilds, dude. I'm getting so sick of them. I build these teams that are ranked top 5, top 10, doesn't matter what it is. I still miss the playoffs. So stupid. Built up a really good team. Tua sucked the entire rebuild. Oh my gosh, dude. How are you a 93 overall quarterback and you still suck? But apart from that, guys, thank you for watching. Kenneth Grant was a beast. Everyone else was a beast. I guess the Dolphins are just going to stay in poverty because they're only good times were in the 70s with Dan Marino or the 80s. I don't even know. I wasn't born during that time. But either way, apart from that, sorry, Dolphins fans. You're just going to have to live in poverty forever until Tua just eventually retires. But apart from that, guys, thank you all for watching. I built up a really good team. I had a top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and still, it's not good enough. Ridiculous. But apart from that, guys, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.